Hey, first grade friends, and welcome to today's reading lesson where we're going to work through making text to text connections. Now, when we make text to text connections, we're looking at the characters, the feelings, problems, settings, the plot, or what's happening in the story, and we're comparing it to other stories that we've read before. We're making connections to what we see in the new book that we're reading and comparing it to the books that we've already read in the past and what we understood about those characters. So today I'm going to read Bonk's new bike, and I'm going to make some connections to a chair for my mother, because there was many things in this book that made me think of a chair for my mother, which we've read before. So I'm going to start reading now and listen for the text connections that I make. Bonk's new bike. Bonk's new bike. Written by Maribeth Boltz, illustrated by Nora Vautis. Bonk has dreams about the bike he wants. It is red with cool handlebars and spokes. Bonk sees the bike on TV. He sees it in the newspaper too. When I read the part about Bonk having dreams about the bike he wants, it made me think about a chair for my mother and the part where the little girl wants to earn enough money to buy a chair for her mother. A nice, wonderful, beautiful, fat, soft armchair with tulips all over it so that she can sit comfortably at her home. He opens his monster bank. He has only 5 pennies. I have to earn enough money for my new bike, says Bonk. I will start a dog walking business, he says. Now, when he reads that part about needing money for his bike and pulling out his piggy bank, it reminds me of what happened in A Chair for My Mother, when they had a big jar, and each day the mother and the daughter would put in any change that they had into the big jar to save up enough money for the chair. He goes door to door asking people if he can walk their dogs. Can we help walk dogs too? Asks Hoope. I'll do it myself, Bonk says. I'm saving money for a new bike. Soon, Bonk's phone begins to ring. People knock on his door. They all want Bonk to walk their dogs. This will be a fun and easy way to earn money, Bonk says. On Saturday, Bonk picks up each dog. There are big dogs, little dogs, fancy dogs, and plain dogs. The dogs are barking, jumping, and running around. Bonk gets all their leashes together and begins to walk. One dog tangles up his leash. Another dog rolls in the mud. Another dog chases a cat. This is not fun, Bonk says. It is not easy either. Lurk, Uzzle, and Hoope ride their scooters past Bonk. Do you want some help now, Bonk? Hoope asks. Bonk gives each of the monsters a dog to walk. This part reminds me of when in A Chair for My Mother, the community members came together to help the family after their home had burned down. They each brought items that they could donate to the family and share with them. That reminds me of these characters coming together to help Bonk. When they are finished walking, the dog owners pay the monsters. I'm sorry, I said I couldn't help you with dog walking, says Bonk. I couldn't have done it without you. Hoope, Lurk, and Uzzle talk. They give their money to Bonk. This is for your new bike, says Hoope. But you earned this money too, says Bonk. We want something other than money, says Lurk. Anything you want, Bonk says. When you get your new bike, we want turns riding it, says Hoope. It's a deal, says Bonk. This part reminds me of when in A Chair for Mother, the grandmother, the mother, and the daughter all share that big comfy chair together. I hope Bonk shares his bike with his friends too. Well, that's how I made text-to-text connections. Your turn to keep trying as we work on this over the next few days. Thanks for joining me today.